At long last, months of planning, all the setups, all calculations, all coming together. Now, in this moment, make my dream a reality. Make it happen! Well, go do it. Do whatever, however that works. Oh, come on, you'll like him. He's been in movies, you know. What else am I supposed to do? They don't make Kiva toys anymore. This is all I've got. So today we are looking at the Backshot, one of the original memory gadgets from Kamen Rider Double. This is really an underappreciated series, and it's a toy as good as the Backshot that really makes me wonder why people didn't pick up on it more than they did. Let's take a quick look here. You've got a lot of intricate detail here on the front. I mean, just around the lens, you can see so many of these little panels and integrated lines. Everything looks very technical, very high-tech. And again, it does carry some of that built-in-the-garage aesthetic that I like so much. It's all over this toy line, and I really cannot get enough of it. But where it has to be technical, it really pulls it off pretty well. You've got the viewfinder sticker here on the front, which accurately recreates one. Mine's a little crooked, so mileage may vary on that little flaw. Don't look too much into it. The lens in the front is what really impresses me. You can see all those little groove lines in there just like a real camera. There's even a piece of plastic in the back to simulate that inner lens. The outer lens, yep, clear plastic. Does a very nice job of forming the lens. And 5.0 terapixels. I don't know what a terapixel is, but it sounds really good. 100-time digital zoom, which is actually better than my camcorder gets. Actually, it's shiny enough you can probably see me in there just a little bit. Wow, I didn't notice that before. You've got a lot of nice little painted detail here, too. You've got some blue trim around here, just to give it a little bit of a frame, and a few touches of it up here as well. And, of course, the beautiful Bandai silver is all over this thing. And you can't really get enough of that, because it just looks so freaking good. Now, that's enough of the front. Onto the back, though I can mention the blues on the top as well, and they painted the little button in silver as well. All stickers here in the back, aside from these painted details that'll come into effect in live mode, but for the most part, it's pretty much down to stickers for the intricate detailing here, and you've got two main ones. Here you've got your viewfinding screen with an incredibly complicated little viewfinder there. That's a little excessive. And Philip, as smart as he is, he doesn't know how to set a clock in one of these things either. That's kind of unfortunate. You got a lot of these little buttons: photo, date, menu, tool, search, and some kind of stat thing. I'm not quite sure what that is. Over here is very strange detail. If I can get it in shot, it's a very reflective surface, so it's kind of hard to tell. There's a schematic of the Backshot in live mode. It's almost like, in case I can't transform, this is how you do it. It's almost impossible to get in the shot here. It's so minute. It's so hard to get with all the reflection. The reflective aspects of these stickers is actually a nice touch. It does give them the appearance of screens. It comes off as a stark contrast to the black plastic all the way around it. But you can see there's the schematic, there's some stats here as well. All kinds of little things you never use, but it's nice. And you even have the little buttons here for all the different functions. The back of my camera looks exactly like that. So there's a lot of little details they really didn't need to put in, but they did. And I really appreciate Bandai for putting that kind of quality into these things. And just like the other gadget memories, it comes with one of these, a Replica Memory, which of course carries the same built-in-the-garage design aesthetic that I love so much. Once again, different voice than the usual Gaia memories, so you can tell it's a little bit more artificial, and it's a very English pronunciation of bat. A little odd, but you get used to it. It's a decent voice anyway. Now, most of the sound effects in this thing are camera-based, so we're going to use it in this mode in order to demonstrate. Speaker facing the front, insert. But of course you need one more. And that lovely mesh of noises means it should officially be in live mode. Though we're just demonstrating sound effects here, so it's in whatever mode right now. Let's run through them. So just like the other memory gadgets, it goes through those sound effects pretty randomly. You never know what's going to come up. So if you're going for a specific shot or sound effect, it might take a few tries. The sound effects are all very good though. They do seem to match a camera, and a lot of the noises I'll even accept from a mechanical bat. So really, they did a nice job selecting and crafting those noises. I'm quite happy with it. And just a reminder for these, clear button in the back in order to release it. Hold it down. Memory out. Now on to live mode, and I'm embarrassed because I couldn't figure out how this thing transformed just by looking at pictures of it. But it's a little bit deceptive here. The wings fold out from the bottom of the camera, and they are just a little bit offset. One goes in behind the other. That's the part that stumped me. I'm used to Transformers, okay? Okay, that's something different. Threw me off. Head flips up, feet fold out, all nicely snaps in with spring sockets and everything like that. And yeah, there you go, live mode. In this mode, he makes a very good representation of a mechanical bat, with a ton of details to back him up. Let's go ahead and take a close look at him, since looking from far away just shows you how wide his wingspan is. A lot of the detail from the front of the camera carries over here. Now we can see what it was all about. This leathery interior that's molded in between the grooves forms the wings, and of course that forms all the little arms, and this forms all the little membranes. Though there is some extra ones molded in, so it's even more detailed than the paint allows it to be. You've got a lot of new details revealed here in the chest too. It looks very mechanical, it adds a very robotic feel to what was otherwise a pretty simple looking face in the camera mode. You've also got little feet added in. Now, they can be adjusted an extra notch, but you can see all the toes and claws there, as well as some extra paint from the interior that didn't show in the previous mode. A little more attention to detail. You can see the feet painted silver on both sides. Quite a little touch by Bandai, I believe. It's the head I really admire, though. I mean, the paint job on it just brings it to life so well. You've got these metallic red eyes just giving life to the mode itself. And I really like the silver painted fangs in there as well. There's a lot of little details that aren't painted as well, but they're a little bit more minor. They do add some flavor to the head mold, though. You can also see that leathery texture coming back in the ears. It's just a really brilliantly well done little mode here. It plays off a very convincing bat, and as a spying device, how perfect does that get? A bat that can fly in silently, hang around, and take photos for as long as you want? It's a really, really well thought out toy. I mean, not just being cool as a camera, as a bat, but just logically, that's a pretty good function for something like this. It makes total sense, and it makes for a great little toy. Now, talking about combining it with the double roleplay weapons, there is only one real option, that is the Trigger Magnum. That is the official counterpart to the Backshot, even in the show. Just like the Beetle phone, it latches into the back very securely, so you never have to worry about it falling out while you're jostling the weapon around. You see this little bar here on the back slides onto a little track in the back of the gun, locks in, and then flip the head up, and that's the scope mode for bat shooting. And once again, it's a very nice combination. I mean, the show did a nice job of it, and it translates well to the toy. does not get in the way of the maximum drive attack, and makes a fairly passable scope. I'm quite happy with the combination. What I like most is how the colors all match up. Blues and silvers all over. So it does look like it is part of the weapon, and they do combine rather fluidly that way. You can combine it with the metal shaft too, but once again, its combinations feel a little bit more limited. Same sliding tracks, same locking mechanism. Now, you've got a bat hanging on to your shaft. Wait. Now, it doesn't really look like all that much. It looks like a bat holding on to a bow staff, but I don't know. This is where your imagination comes in. If you want to hold it down here, it does make a fairly passable hilt to turn it into some kind of baton or sword of some kind. And if you really want to go all out, flying javelin. Why wasn't that ever used in the show? You could kick a lot of ass with one of those. But it's up to your imagination. That's the fun of the roleplay toys. Whatever you can think up, that's what it can really do. Just like me, who discovered that the Bat Memory can actually turn the Beetle phone into a camera phone. Like the other memory gadgets, the Replicant Memory can work in the double driver in the silver slot. Let's go ahead. So that's the startup noise, and of course with any gold tip memory, it works out pretty well. The bat actually holds a slight advantage because there's a slight delay before the noise really kicks in. That actually provides a nice little gap where the other memory can actually get some sounds off, instead of overlapping like the Beetle memory does. Oh, speaking of, one of my favorite things to do is to combine these replica memories in the double driver. Just for all the lovely Star Trek noises it creates. It's like R2-D2 having a seizure. I love it! And of course the normal Gaia memories can interact with these as well, just like they do in the show. So let's use the one that the show used for the Backshot. Take a look right here at this little window. Just like any of the noises, you press the button on the top to activate the memory. It's really nice how that little window shines through. I mean, on the Beetle phone, it's just a little hole out the front. Here, there's a little mirror inside that's reflecting that through that small window. It's really a much nicer looking effect. Overall, I think the Backshot really is my favorite memory gadget. It just makes sense. I mean, a bat that can fly around and take spy photos for you. That's just cool. Not to mention, it's designed very well, looks good in both forms, and the sound effects are very appropriate for both modes. I'm very happy with this one. So, if you're after any one just to try out the Memory Gadget line, this is the one I would go for. If you are a fan of transforming little toys like this, the Backshot's not going to disappoint. Now, I don't have any cute little trick like I did with the Phi's memory and the Beetle phones. So, if I had the Kiva memory, I could do something kind of cutesy like that. So instead, I'm going to have to leave you on a completely different trick. This review brought to you by HobbyLink Japan, my first stop for any toys I want out of Japan. And again, that membrane leathery molding detailing coming through in the wings. Or the ears, rather. Oh boy, I've been in front of these lights a little too long.